Hi guys, welcome back to Cooking Tonight, and today we're doing another episode of our sweet treat series. So we are I'm going to attempt to try Levain cookies, which was created in New York. So we've got two lots today. One is the classic Levain cookie, which has got walnuts and chocolate chips. The only difference is we've added white chocolate chips to our dark chocolate chips. And on this side, because the other half, Adrian, doesn't like the chocolate, we took it out the chocolate and we've added macadamia.
Tilt.
Those nuts. I'll tell you what they are in a minute. So, for the classic Levain, got my notes here, you will need half a cup of butter. Come on, give me your filming skills, please.
Yeah, 1 sec. Let me just. Yeah, right.
Half a cup of butter, or 113 grams. You'll need 200 grams, or 1 cup of lightly packed brown sugar. You'll also need a quarter of a cup, or 52 grams of granulated sugar. 2 eggs. 2.5 cups or 300 grams of flour. Is that the baking powder, Mark, or is that?
That's the baking powder.
1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of bicarb, salt which you haven't bought in, what you need to bring in for me, and then 2 cups of walnuts which you need to roughly chop, which we'll do in a minute, and 250 grams of those, and 2 cups or 325 grams of chocolate chips. And that's the first recipe.
There we go.
Right, so the first thing we're going to do before we start anything is to chop our nuts. Roughly. What are you doing? I have washed my hands. Anti-vacuum is very important. There just seems to be a lot of ingredients. 8. This is going to make 8 cookies. You're looking for small pieces, can you see them? Small pieces and large pieces, just roughly chopped, so I'm assuming that's correct. I've never done this before. We'll clean that off in a minute. Okay, right, the first thing we need to do is to cream our butter and sugar. So,
Don't you mean second?
this is actually the first, because normally, yeah, chop your nuts first, sorry guys. Secondly is we need to get our butter. Which was 213 grams. Be careful that I don't cut my fingers, because Mark has just sharpened this.
It is rather sharp.
Well, I'm just going to cut it into 3 because me and knives just don't mix very well.
That's an understatement.
Okay, and then we're going to add our sugar. So that's our brown sugar. And our white sugar. And that blade.
Couldn't see it.
Can you see it now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that blade. Yeah.
I'll get it close up once it's done.
And then we're going to beat it for 3 minutes. So let's just get started. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it on and we're going to beat it for 3 minutes so it becomes a paler consistency. At this point, always use your spatula and scrape down the sides.
Give it a good scrape.
Yeah, because it's not it tends not to mix at the top. So give it a good scrape.
Well, the top is where all the loose bits end up.
Yeah. So copy that down. It's got another minute to go. Right, okay, the next thing we need to do is to add our eggs. Make sure that your eggs are room temperature, else if it's not, then it's got a tendency to curdle. So, as Mark would say, you eat the first egg in.
I don't constantly say yeet.
You do, right.
In a joking, ironic manner.
Yeah, we'll see what it's called. Right, and then we're going to mix this, the first egg, until it's fully incorporated. Need to get used to.
So do I not need closer?
I would have thought.
Shall I turn this off then? So
Make it off. Yeah, I've got it on. So what I've done is I've scraped out the bowl, and then we're going to add our second egg. Okay, so that's been fully beaten up, so we're just going to give it one last scrape down the sides. Always ensure you do that to make sure everything's incorporated. And then we're just going to give it one more 10-second mix, and then we're going to start adding our dry ingredients.
we'll show you once it's done for the...
Okay, so that's our butter and sugar mixture incorporated. Next thing we need to do is to sift the dry ingredients. So we've got our flour. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a recipe description.
Put a link in the description to the recipe.
Yeah, because we've got this from another website, so we're just trying this out. So that's the flour, and then we need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. That one.
What?
That's one. And a half.
There was 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
Oh, Mark. You've got a better memory than me. 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
Don't know how I remember. My
I've
memory's
got a
terrible.
brain like a sieve. And then it was the salt, was 1/2 teaspoon.
Of your favourite salt.
Obviously my favourite salt.
Good old pink Himalayan.
Best salt ever.
I will agree with that, because when you did that salted caramel,
Oh yeah, salted caramel, which I'd eat. Right, we're going to sift that, get some air in, get out all the clumps. You need a bit of salt in there. Right, I'll put that in there. And then we are going to, let me just check. Pour it into your mixing bowl. Pulse the mixer for a few times to prevent the flour from exploding in your face.
right,
So, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, instead of putting it all in and let it go like I'm turning into a ghost, I think I'm just going to add 1 cup at a time.
then pulse it. Pulses
So-
that way.
That way. No.
Oh yeah, to stop it from exploding everywhere. Imagine if all the flour was in there. You know, Mum, just pulse it, but turn it the other way. So click, click. Actually, just whack it on me.
There you go. I don't think pulsing's working for me. I'm getting covered. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, don't pulse it, guys. Just add it a little bit of time.
Pulse it my arse.
Unless you want to look like Casper the Ghost.
Yeah. Some people probably want to look like Casper, but hey ho.
Obviously, you don't work the flow too much.
Obviously.
So, you only want to incorporate it until it's actually mixed. And then stop.
Should be able to pour the rest.
There you go.
Then you should be able to turn it up.
You don't turn it up too much. Right, I'm going to stop that there. And
Scrape it.
give it a scrape down.
It's getting nice and thick. Looks like peanut butter now.
Just doesn't it? Obviously, you've got to scrape it down. You don't want bits of white flour in your mix. Scrape all the way to the bottom. This is not the best spatula in the world. This is Mark's who says, "Mum, get this spatula, it'll be great."
For scraping. I didn't mean for flattening.
It's terrible. Right, one last mix. Okay, the last step we need to do is to add all our lovely filling. So that's chocolate chips.
And then a copious amount of nut.
Yeah, this is going to be... We did say this, so I'm actually following the recipe.
This can go one of two ways. Surprisingly well or disastrous.
Don't say things like that. It'd be fun now, wouldn't it?
Just start on min.
Yeah. Not disastrous.
Don't turn it up too much yet.
I'm not. I'm going to do it a little bit so it's incorporated, and I think that is...
Nearly there.
Obviously. Last bit is to give it a...
Give it a good scrape.
This is quite thick now.
That is goopy.
Yeah! Oh my days, this is quite a stodgy mixture. Elbow grease, guys. Get some elbow grease.
Now let's get some WD-40.
Right. Okay.
The man's elbow grease.
What do you call it, man? You're being sexist there.
It's just part of the whole joke. Women have elbow grease, men have WD-40.
Oh, right. One last mix. That'll do. Right, the final stage is we're going to measure these out into roughly 170 gram balls. Oh, I've got it on grams now. Or 5 ounces.
6.
6 ounces, sorry. So I'm going to use not bad, that's not fair, that's not far off. 2 grams over. Let's take a little bit off. Oh, let's put a little bit back on.
Now you got to form that.
Do you think I'll put another chocolate chip cookie and make it to 70? that'll do. Right, this is going to be sticky.
Get the paper.
Good thinking, Batman. Right, you need to get it into a ball. It says it'll be messy. You don't need to get it absolutely perfect.
A rough ball shape should do.
A rough ball shape will do, yeah. So, would we say
that
is a rough ball shape? I might want to, you know, move it around a little bit. So what I'm going to do for the first one, I'm going to put 4 on a baking sheet, and then I'm going to make the second recipe, and then we're going to cook them both together. Okay, Mark, do a close up, please. So I've done 4. I've got enough batter in my dish to do another 4. This is this consistency and the size you're looking for. Now, to top tip, what Mark has suggested is that if you want to make a ball, if you want to make your balls round, use greaseproof paper. Pop it onto your scales, put your amount on, and then form it into a ball inside the greaseproof paper. So we're going to carry on now and make the second recipe. It does say if you want to, you can put them in the fridge, and putting them in the fridge will help them to stay in that shape. Well, not entirely that shape, but a thick cookie. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're going to pop these in the fridge. I'm going to put this batter into a smaller dish, pop that in the fridge as well, and then I'm going to get on with my second recipe, and I'll be back with you when we've got the 2 before they get put in the oven. So I'll be back soon. Okay, so 2 batches have been done. These ones are the macadamia, cashew and pecan
nuts.
Cookies. This one is the walnut and the chocolate chip cookies. Now, they say it has to go in the oven for 9 to 11 minutes. But please check them after 10. They're going to have like a crispy outside and a cookie dough centre. So let's just see
if it's true.
If it's true and if it cookies or not. So Mark, can you pop these into the oven, and then we'll be back with you when they are done. Right, finally they've been cooked. Mark, do a quick scan down of these lovely cookies. Yes, we did do a little bit went a little bit too long in the oven. They are supposed to be crispy on the outside and gooey like a cookie dough centre. So
most people would probably think they're just undercooked, but they're meant to be this way.
Yes, that's what Levain cookies are like. So pray, let's pick one up. They are quite big, as you can see, and it fits in my hand. Quite well risen. Ready?
I'll give it a break.
Oh, it's supposed to be
that is
ooey and gooey. In this, oh, look at him picking it up. Oh, his face. What do you think?
Alright.
So that is what they're supposed to look like.
That is so gooey.
But is it nice?
I've got
yeah, take this bit.
I'm picking up that waste bit as well.
Yeah, can I see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right, do a crunch.
It's got a nice chewiness to it.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Surprisingly, you actually taste the walnut.
Oh, so, is it a good cookie? Does it cookie?
Mm-hmm.
Is it strange that they've got a gooey centre?
I'm not used to it, but I'm willing to.
Mark, you're wobbling the camera. So, do you think, did it cookie? Obviously it did. Right, have a go at these guys. I think they're pretty easy to make. They just look a bit weird because obviously they're crispy on the outside and gooey in the centre. If we've done these correctly, let us know. If there's a way to improve it, let us know. Like, share and subscribe and comment down below. We'll drop a link to the recipe in the description.
Also to our Discord and other social medias.
Yes. So see you soon, guys. Have a lovely evening. And before I go, thank you for all my new subscribers. We really do appreciate your input and subscribing to our channel. We thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Tra.